all Samsung Galaxy S phones since 2010. We look back on the Galaxy's evolution over the last 12 years. The first Galaxy S. The Galaxy S had a 4-inch Super AMOLED touchscreen, a 1 GHz processor, a 5-megapixel rear camera, 512 MB RAM and Android 2.1 Eclair software. The battery had a whopping 1500 mAh capacity. Samsung's Pick 4G. Sprint's version strayed the most from the rest of the pack, with a slide-out QWERTY keyboard. In addition to the touchscreen. Unlike the others, this one actually had a front-facing camera, rear camera flash, and 4G speeds. The downside? Only 1 GB of internal storage. Good thing it came with a 16 GB external memory card. Samsung Captivate. Atant's variant was physically edgier than the rest. There was no camera flash and no front-facing camera, but it did have 16 GB of internal storage and a 2 GB microSD card. Atant followed up a year later with a slide-out keyboard version, the Captivate Glide. Galaxy S2. The global version of the Galaxy S2 became a much more modern-looking phone. Its screen size crept up to 4.3 inches. It also got a dual-core 1.2 GHz processor, an 8-megapixel camera in the back, a 2-megapixel camera in the front, and a 1650 mAh battery. Galaxy S2 in the US. In the US, the S2 arrived for Atant, Sprint, and Mobile. The varied physical designs were supposed to help carriers battle each other to sell what was essentially the same phone, with minor differences in screen size and processor speeds. Galaxy S4. When the Galaxy S4 hit, Samsung had finally made it. The plasticky phone looked like a toy compared to rival HTC's gorgeous aluminum offerings. But it flooded buyers' senses with too many features to ignore, including an eye blaster to act as a universal TV remote control. Specs included a 5-inch Full HD Super AMOLED screen, a 13-megapixel rear camera, a 2-megapixel front-facing camera, a 2600 mAh battery, and a ton of software extras. Samsung Galaxy S4 Zoom. This is what happens when you slap an optical zoom lens onto the back of a phone. It was weird. But it also proved Samsung's willingness to keep trying new ideas. The clunky hybrid streamlined into a second zoom, followed by 2 versions of a connected camera, which dropped the cellular radio. Galaxy S4 Active. The ruggedized GS4 spin-off expanded on the S4 S-core specs with a tougher exterior and physical navigation buttons, a water-resistant design unusual for 2013. And an underwater camera mode. It came in grey, bright orange, and vivid blue. Samsung has released an Active every year since then, all the way up to this year's S8 Active. Galaxy S5. Compared to the fresh feel of the Galaxy S4, the S5 was a non-essential upgrade that followed the exact same patterns. It was plastic, with a fingerprint reader and heart rate monitor. The double-barreled charger port was a proprietary mess. Most exciting, it was water-resistant. Samsung Galaxy S5 Sport. US carrier Sprint picked up this exclusive, which looked almost exactly like a pair of shoes I once had, and offered little other than that aesthetic to the S5. Here it sits on top of the S5 and the S5 Active is at the bottom of the phone heap. Galaxy S6 and Galaxy S6 Edge. Wow, finally. That's what we said when Samsung's beautiful, first fully metal phone emerged. And the S6 Edge, which had 2 curved sides. Double wow. It took an already excellent powerhouse and made it feel like an impossibly slim, luxe piece of hardware. High-end features like an octa-core processor and 16-megapixel camera didn't hurt, either. Galaxy S6 Edge Plus. This was Samsung telling the world it was ready for all curve phones. A larger version of the Galaxy S6 Edge, the Edge Plus was basically the Galaxy Note 5, minus the digital S Pen stylus. It had a large, curved 5.7-inch Super AMOLED screen, and cost in between the S6 Edge and curved screen Note 5. Galaxy S7 Edge Batman phone. This special edition channeled Bruce Wayne's crime-fighting alter ego to promote the Batman video game Injustice: Gods Among Us. The all-black phone came with deep gold accents and a few themed software highlights, including a ringtone and Batman skins. Galaxy S7 and Galaxy S7 Edge. Well, almost ready for all curved phones. The S7 Edge used its much larger, curved screen to justify a higher price, and the S7 as Samsung perfected the production process on its wraparound displays and glass. S7, 5.1-inch screen. S7 Edge, 5.7-inch. Both phones wowed us with their 2K screen resolution, whistle-quick chipset, and photo quality. S7 Edge Olympic Edition. Samsung made only 2,000 of these devices for fans watching the Olympic Games in Brazil. The sponsor also handed them out to the game's 12,500 participating athletes. Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus. Talk about an overhaul. For the first time, both Galaxy models came with curved sides by default, a larger screen with whisper-thin bezels, and a fingerprint reader that moves from the now non-existent home button beneath the screen to an awkward spot on the back, beside the camera. A new button pops up on the side for Bixby, Samsung's brand new voice assistant. Galaxy S9. The Galaxy S9 is an excellent phone, but isn't much of an upgrade from the S8. Also, there's no portrait mode, and its battery life was a disappointment. The S9 Plus, however, has dual cameras that coordinate to take great portrait photos. Plus, it has a large vibrant screen, and its battery lasted 2.5 hours longer than the S8. Galaxy S9 Plus. If you're not planning to wait for the S10, the S9 Plus is the S9 to get. Hopefully, Samsung will completely overhaul the design, as the current one is getting a bit stale. Samsung Galaxy S10. The Samsung Galaxy S10 launched alongside the larger S10 Plus, the more affordable S10e, and a 5G-capable model. The 2019 flagship from Samsung featured a lot of the same design facets we grew to know and love. There were also some enhancements to this model that included market-leading concepts, like the ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, a triple camera system, smart auto camera suggestions, and wireless reverse charging also made this another flagship to beat. It also had a punch-hole camera on the front. Samsung Galaxy S20. Samsung's flagship phone for 2020 is the Samsung Galaxy S20. There are also more premium variants in the S20 Plus and S20 Ultra. The standard handset takes the infinity display concept further, almost eliminating the bezel entirely. It also switches the punch-hole front camera to the center. The screen sizes of the S20 and S20 Plus are 6.2 and 6.7 inches respectively, with Quad HD Plus resolutions. They also have in-display fingerprint scanners, like their S10 predecessors. Perhaps the biggest generational leap comes with the bump up to a 120Hz refresh rate for each screen, with triple lens cameras on both, with the S20 Plus also getting a time-of-flight camera. Both phones are 5G enabled, with a 4G version of the S20 also available. Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. As well as a time-of-flight sensor, the Ultra sports a 108-megapixel main, 48-megapixel 10x telephoto, and 12-megapixel ultra-wide cameras. It is also capable of up to 100x space zoom for some stunning long-range photography. Just make sure you pack a tripod. Samsung Galaxy S20 FE. The Samsung Galaxy S20 FE was released in October 2020. It comes with Android 10, which is upgradable to Android 11. The Samsung Galaxy S20 FE has triple rear cameras and a single front camera. The Samsung Galaxy S20 FE comes with a 4500 mAh battery, an octa-core processor, and 2 internal storage capacities. The 128GB version comes with either 6GB or 8GB of memory, and the 256GB comes with 8GB of memory. In Ghana, you are more likely to get the 128GB variant. Samsung Galaxy S21. Samsung's flagship Galaxy S21 debuts in the Galaxy S21 series along with the Galaxy S21 Plus and S21 Ultra. The Galaxy S21 is powered by a premium 5nm Exynos 2100 SoC paired with 8GB of RAM and UFS 3.1 storage. Galaxy S21 has a 64MP triple rear camera setup backed by an LED flash. The main 64MP rear camera is coupled with a pair 12MP single quote of an ultra-wide shooter and a wide camera. Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. Introducing Galaxy S21 Ultra 5G. Designed with a unique contour cut camera to create a revolution in photography, letting you capture cinematic 8K video and snap epic stills, all in one go. And with Galaxy's fastest chipset, strongest glass, 5G, and an all-day battery. Samsung Galaxy S21 FE. With the Samsung Galaxy S21 FE, you can experience seamless gaming and mesmerizing photography. With only a little tap, you can capture amazing moments with this phone's professional-grade camera. Additionally, the 32MP front camera on this device enables you to take amazing selfies with colorful images. Furthermore, you can make use of this phone's 16.28cm dynamic AMOLED 2X display to significantly improve your multimedia experience. In addition, this phone's 120Hz super smooth display helps you to play your favorite games smoothly without any stuttering. Samsung Galaxy S22. The Samsung Galaxy S22 specs are top-notch, including a Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 chipset, 8GB RAM coupled with 256GB storage, and a 3700 mAh battery with 25W charging speed. The phone sports a 6.1-inch dynamic AMOLED display with an adaptive 120Hz refresh rate. In the camera department, there is a triple sensor setup is present. Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus. Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus smartphone, factory. Unlocked Android cell phone, 128GB, 8K. Camera and video, brightest display, long battery life, fast 4nm processor. Style, S22 Plus. Color, Phantom Black. Size, 128GB. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to my page. Watch out for more.